Hello. Okay, so as you're joining in, if you can in the chat box, because it'll be another 6, 7 minutes till we get started, just let me know name and then little description about your business. And yes, thank you guys for joining in. Again, as everyone's coming on in the chat box, if you can go ahead and let me know your name and then a little bit about business description, please. And we too, so if I don't go through everything, because we'll go through questions at the end of class, I'll make sure to save enough time. It's just then if you have any other questions to what we go over, scheduling an intake appointment, you can email me. I put my email in the chat. Perfect. Thank you guys for joining in. Okay, we will get started in 3 or 4 minutes, so that way everyone has time to join in.
Just checking to see if you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Yep.
Okay.
Can everyone hear me? If you don't want to talk, give me a thumbs up on the chat. And if you just joined in, if you can just share in the chat your name and then a little description of your business, please. Thank you, everyone.
Am I in the right messages area or chat area?
You are.
Okay.
Yep. Color and design consultant, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
It's been a while since I've Zoomed.
Yeah, we have always rotating, so either virtually like this, or our classes will be held in person in our Des Moines location.
Could you give me your name, please?
Yeah, yep, I'll do what I guess we're a little after 3, so I can do introduction, and then that way we'll get started with the PowerPoint slide. So I am Jennifer. I am the Direct Services Coordinator here at the Iowa Center. That way, for anyone new clients coming into the Iowa Center who first initially schedule that intake appointment, I will be the one chatting with you. If some of you have already been able to have the pleasure of speaking with and hearing more about your small business. And then after kind of having a quick conversation, I direct you towards classes, getting help with the business plan, letting you know of all of our resources. And I'll go over that here in a little bit when I kind of switch over to the PowerPoint slide.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yep. And then just during the PowerPoint slide, I'll probably have you wait to turn your mics back on afterwards. And then that way, as you have questions, we'll kind of go through those at the end of the slide. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, let me know if everyone can see my screen. All right, I see. Get the PowerPoint pulled up. Start from the beginning. Okay, so let's pop back on chat. Can everyone see the PowerPoint slide? Always ready marketing. Okay, let me go and see if I can't edit that. Blacked out. Hmm. Why is it doing that? Okay, can everyone just see it without me pulling it up larger? Okay, let me see if I can get someone with some technical assistance to help. That way we can get started. You guys will also get these PowerPoint slides afterwards, so that way it's good to take notes still, but you guys will be able to get these PowerPoint slides. You can see it now? Thank you for being patient. Okay, so though if we can't see that main slide, so if you can see always ready marketing, we can get started. Yeah. Russ too can also, for some reason, with the slide, so we can see this, but then when I present it and just it's black.
Oh, got you.
You can see it if we don't do a full screen, so I can always do that too.
Oops. Oh yeah, it's very weird.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say worked though?
So if we want to just, they can see when we can just pull it up from here, but it's not gonna be like full screen.
Try one last thing. Just try to share as a PDF. A little bit different, but two seconds. Sorry.
Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it.
It still doesn't work, does it? That's unfortunate. Here, we'll try one more thing. One more thing, if not, we'll just learn from this. No, yeah, this is for some reason, whenever you share your screen, press that. Yeah, we can check it out later, but yeah, at least right now, probably stuck with that unfortunately.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. We can still go and then it'll just kind of look, you can still see my slides though, right? But without the full screen view, but again, you will get these slides. Okay, so yes, here it started. All right, so here at the Iowa Center, we want to help entrepreneurs like yourselves launch and grow your business. We offer 3 direct lines of services to help you out. So what we're doing now is a class, Always Ready Marketing. So we have our Always Ready series. This is the Always Ready Marketing class. We also have Always Ready Getting Ready to go through some market research and establishing your business, the Always Ready Business Plan, Always Ready Financials, Credit, Lending, and more beyond that too. So make sure if you aren't already checking out our website for all of those great classes, and then also getting on our newsletter because we share additional programs and classes we have. And then on top of that, the classes, we also have coaching sessions. So it's nice that you can set up one-on-one coaching sessions so that way you can have a mentor and help you guide throughout your journey. And then we too also have credit and lending opportunities. And on top of that, what's new for us this year is we have small business tax services as well. That one is at a fee, just at a sliding scale fee, dependent on a few things with your business. And too, if anything with this information with credit and lending, tax services. If you want more information on that, I included my email in the chat, so you can go ahead and email me. Okay, so today with Always Ready Marketing, we're going to go over, in today's class, we want to define and understand your target audience. So we want to set marketing goals with measurable impact, identifying and promote your unique value. So what sets yourself apart from your competition? We'll go over choose marketing methods that fit your business, create realistic budgets and calendars, improve visibility and digital tools like SEO, email, and social media. And we'll go over track what's working and adjust what's not, or things that need to be added. We'll go over too at the end how some things you can use that for marketing tools at free or low cost for marketing ideas. Right. So with we want to make sure you create a customer persona. So figuring out who your perfect customer is. So know who you're talking to. Make a list of your core customers and know specifically more details on them. Because we don't want to make that you waste any marketing dollars. We don't want you targeting people who aren't your target customer. That is going to be a waste of your own money. Okay, and then we want to research your service area and demographics. So making sure you know exactly where you're going to be targeting, and then that way you can utilize that for specific targets, and making sure that when you kind of narrow that into making sure who you're highlighting, you'll know those details and implement them. Okay, we want to be very specific. We don't want to market to everyone, so we want to make sure to include everything within the business plan. This also goes hand in hand with that. So number of households, you'll want to know the average household income of the individual or group that you are targeting. You want to determine whether your service area is large enough to sustain this business. Is this a need? How many people are you reaching? Is it enough people? Are you going to make sure that the services you are providing is going to make you enough revenue that you need to be making to continue on? Okay, and then we want to match, we want a customer personas and target audience. So match your message to your audience needs and behaviors. So making sure possible characteristics could be age range, gender, customer personas you create can be represented within your selected service area and demographics. So we want to make sure that that who you are targeting, that you know specific details on that as you move forward for each marketing message. So that could range. So there could be certain products that you carry, and you want to make sure that that's hitting just to those. You narrow it down from your target customer to those then who would buy those products. Okay. Key thing too is we want to set goals. So set several goals as you kind of continue on with your business, not just from starting off. You want to always continue to set SMART goals. So specific goals: who, what, why. Measurable goals. So KPIs like follower growth, engagement, clicks, making sure you're reporting that and you're saving that, and you know all of that as you're moving forward with every marketing either ad that you're putting out or anything within marketing. So making sure it's achievable. Be realistic with your resources. Relevant. We want to connect your goals to your mission. We want to make sure that whatever you're putting out there, there's that intention behind it, that it's matching with your brand and your mission. We also want that's time bound. So you want to make sure that you can have enough time for this and that you're able to do this. So making sure you have hard deadlines, that you get it done, and that you make sure, okay, if this is something seasonal, that what time are you going to make sure to create it so it's out in time to reach and make sense too. All right, this is another big one. We want to stand out from your competition. So identifying your unique value proposition. What makes your product or service different and better than your competition? So answering specific questions and doing the research is going to be pretty big for you, making sure who your competition is and how you are different from them. So once you figure out how you're different from them, making sure to share that and letting that be known. Okay, so we went to marketing channels. So pick methods that match where your audience hangs out. So decide which market channels you will use to reach your target audience. So what marketing channels does your target audience use? You got to make sure to figure that out before you start, or you can do that now by doing any kind of polls or questions. What marketing channels are they on, and specifically when making a purchase? Are they making purchases through ads, through Facebook, social media? Are they seeing emails and then clicking onto your website? Are they going directly towards your website? Those are key things that you'll need to figure out. Focus your efforts where you can reach the most potential buyers. So a lot of people are doing a lot of different things. It's nice to figuring out where your customers are, where they're being reached, where they're specifically being reached when they're buying that product, and then going all more in on that. So types of marketing, that could be the online marketing, offline marketing, broadcast, advertising, PR, and community relations. Okay, so we'll go a little deeper into types of marketing. So this kind of will be your starting point. This will shape your marketing efforts. We want to make sure that what's included in this is having your mission statement, vision statement, and core value statement. That way everyone knows and has a clear idea of your brand and then also your story. Samples on what to include and list. So another, big thing is that storytelling factor. What does that look like for you? Have you created that? Making sure to share that with a few other individuals who know your business and know yourselves, and seeing if that aligns, if that sounds correct. Pitch it. That's the best thing to do, is getting out, connecting, and pitching your business. All right. And then on top of not only your business story, but making sure you share customer stories, testimonials, employees stories, why they like to work with you and work for your business, expansion, investor stories. If you had an investor, specific stories with that bring back to your business and what everyone loves about your business. Okay, types of marketing. So again, we got online, so that's website, SEO, social media, and email. Offline, that will be flyers, business cards, events, so outside of your business, broadcast, so a little bit more expensive, but still worth looking into, radio, TV, streaming. And then community and PR. So making sure that's like press, local engagement. So tell your story through your founder, your customer, your product journey, because emotion sells, and making sure figuring out to utilize each of these and then what's going to be the best for reaching your customer. I'm going a little faster than my slides. Okay, and now with website, oops, go back one more. Okay, so when you figure out, oh my gosh, how much money do I need for marketing? Marketing is becoming a big thing, has to be part of your business. And then you have to make sure to calculate how much am I going to fund and put towards marketing. So kind of plan on 10 to 20% of your gross revenue. So plan monthly activities on the calendar, even start from the beginning before the new year and set specific marketing that you do every year that works well for you in, and then also add in so you know exactly what your limit is, how much you're going to spend. So that way, midway through the year, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm already double over my marketing budget. And then also save some. There could be some other opportunities that pop up towards mid-year, and you do have the funding for that. Monday.com is a good way to kind of map everything out too for 2025, 2026, and then that way it keeps everything detailed and organized. Okay, so with websites, digital must-haves. So trying Squarespace. I don't know, with websites, it's definitely important. You want to be established. You want to make sure people know specifically where to find you, and that's on the website more than just social media. I don't know if anyone has used Squarespace. You could also use Wix. Those are just some platforms that easier to utilize if you want to create it on your own. Okay, so SEO is very important. We want to make sure people know where to find you. So if they're going and searching on that key, on making sure you have those set phrases, those words set up, so that way people specifically, if they type in and they're looking for someone who, a hair salon, hair color, stylist, that you have set in place those specific key phrases. Information on that. Because this, I mean, if you don't have those set, you'll just get lower and lower. And when someone's looking either for you or looking for some products you might carry, services you might offer. So we want to make sure you're the first one popping up on the website. Social media, that's another big one. It's nice instead of getting too overwhelmed and too much at first. After you've done research and figuring out where your customer is, where they're going to be purchasing from, where specifically to target them, how much money you have for marketing, is starting with one social media. If that is Facebook, great. If that's Instagram, great, but just figuring that out too before just investing a bunch of money into a whole bunch of different platforms. Focus on that main one. Okay, so you're thinking about how to generate ideas for content. So develop a list of challenges facing your target customer. So we want to offer solutions for them. We want to see, okay, this is a need. This is something that everyone could be either struggling with, and you have a solution for that. So we want to also, what's trending? Specifically, if there's doing social media and there's a certain song out there, or if there's specific styles or seasonal things that would be trending, put that in with your advertising. Know about what your audience is asking for and post about it. Share that. Determine ways you can show off your expertise. So that could be going live, that could be just showcasing tips, free advice, tips and tricks. And just making sure that whenever you create something, you're leading them back to making, setting up an appointment or making a purchase. So making sure to either direct them to your website or wherever the best way to either schedule an appointment to get into your office or clicking in. That way they can easily purchase your products. All right, call to action. Okay, so we want so encourage an immediate response or action from the audience. So guiding them toward the desired behaviors such as marketing, making a purchase, filling out a form, or subscribing to a newsletter. That's definitely big, especially once you get them into a newsletter, then that leads them on to continuous areas of promoting events, other services you have, new products you have. Okay, and then I also wanted to let you know with Verizon Digital Ready offers a 10K grant. So you can check that out and more details on that link provided. And then email campaigns. Email is still, I mean, I know everyone's been using email for a while, but it's still definitely always making sure that customers are seeing what you have and click rates are a little bit higher than elsewhere. So don't forget and don't just underestimate emails. So you can use tools like MailChimp. You can create the big thing is making sure your subject line is very engaging. It's going to be that key thing to making them click and look a little bit more into that email. And then too, you want to make sure to track that worked well. So that way you know for next time. And then you want to make sure too that if they know of any friends, family members that would be interested in your business, you want to keep building that list, keep building either clients, letting them know specifically how they found out about you. If it is through word of mouth, if it is saw you guys on website, keeping track of all of that. Okay, so PR and networking. So write press releases for big moments, making sure that you not only know your big moments, but you celebrate that, and then letting others know about not kind of like, no, kind of feels a little bit like, oh, I don't want to feel like I'm sharing something to brag about it, but more of just being proud of it and making sure that others will know of your achievements. Other things is partnering with other local businesses or nonprofits. That way, not only does when you partner together with another business, you can host events or something related to that. Their clients also then know about you, your clients know about them, and you can kind of work together and piggyback off that. Another big one is joining your local chamber. They have great, sometimes free networking events. They too will send you referrals because everyone is other small business owners, so they know exactly what you're looking for. And then, I mean, being out there, making sure to let others know about your business, making sure that pitches down about your business, that they know specifically your brand, your story, and that it's short and concise and that others would be able to share that information for you. So other things is just making sure to be part of sponsor events, other mixers, or volunteer too. a little bit about what I just talked about. Okay, so we want to make sure to track everything, monitor what's performing or what's not, making sure that as you move forward that everything is making sense and that you aren't just putting money towards something that maybe isn't hitting your target customer. So you can use Google Analytics, Instagram Insights, ads. Facebook has the same thing. So you can see specifically what you put out there, the ads, how many people hit, what was the click through, how many purchases did you get from that, or how many new clients, leads, etc. Okay, so here are some good ways and things to look at as you're thinking of marketing strategy, and what are some things that to try that at little fee or free. So making sure to have a Google business profile. And that's, I mean, they'll most likely reach out to you about that, but that's easy to get connected with. Blog posts are always great. QR codes, making sure when you kind of share any flyers or other information and you have more information beyond what you have on there, just simply add that QR code so that way they can find out more information. Behind the scene reels, people do like to see either specifics on if you're have this food blog and you're going back into, okay, what's the prep of it? How long does it take to create that grocery list of exactly what I need? How much of a budget am I looking at? Those little details people like to see, or some funny videos they are looking to kind of get outside of maybe work or something else and just want a good laugh. So kind of separating yourself from just selling or promoting, and making sure people want to engage with you, and then in a way that not only they'll make sense for your business, but also keeps them engaged in a way that makes them laugh or more relatable. Other things, what's good, contest giveaways. A lot of people like free stuff and giveaways. Webinars and online events. It's hard for people to go to things in person just with scheduling, or if you reach people that are not in the area and you have a broader range. So making sure to do online events is important also. Referral programs, that is key, that is huge. Making sure to partner with other business owners that can then lead you to making sure you have those referrals, because not only do they trust those that who referred you to your business, if it's a service, it's a product, they're more than likely to either set up an appointment with you or buy products from you from a referral. And then two next steps with us is, if you haven't yet went ahead and signed up and scheduled an intake appointment to kind of get yourself started with either a coaching session or moving you through our process. If that is you went through and you do have marketing budgets that's a little bit over and you're looking for loan options, we can go over that. But here's the link, and then that way you can go and see either our classes, or you can go also on our website and schedule that business intake appointment. Some other things too I wanted to go over. So making sure your voice matters. So when you're doing any post, you could be tired or just overwhelmed with everything, but still kind of giving those like 3 minutes to prep and prepare, and making sure that your tone is fun, it's bold, it's informative, that you're giving advice or tips or something that they're needing. And then two, making sure you're consistent. If you do like Talking Tuesday with so-and-so, making sure you're not skipping that. People look forward to that, and they want to make sure, okay, if you say you're going to do something, that you do it. Two, if you have like a file saved of any images or anything used for plugging in Canva, or if you have videos saved up, and then you can always make sure to map it out specifically to when you're going to share that, and then it shares it for you. That can help you save some time because you're busy. You're running your business and trying to do everything. You want to make sure to consistently use readable text and making sure it is consistent with the rest of your fonts and text on your website, on any kind of flyers, anything used with email too. Making sure to have images to videos rather than just text, and then not just relying on bold colors or anything like that. Images do go a long ways. Hopefully everyone, I'll check the chat. How is everyone doing? Let's open it up now. So I can see the chat. Now you can either send a question through the chat, and then I can answer it. You can open up your mic, and then that way you can ask it through there, whatever you feel most comfortable. Oh, thank you guys. Let's see. Yeah, 10% can sound pretty big. Of your gross revenue to making sure it goes towards marketing. But it's definitely, are you making sure that 10% is gaining new customers? Because then that could also increase your revenue could hopefully by double than 20%. And then you have other clients to reach out to. But I would definitely suggest if you can't, normally in the first few years, if you just do that 5% or a certain amount and move up from there, that's okay too. Start off, of course, with some things that could be at a low cost or free, and then making sure that seeing what works, and then kind of making that invest that 10% of your gross revenue investment. With marketing specifically, it's kind of going to deal with a few different things. So yes, you're advertising, but you want to make sure to do the research before you do the advertising on specific things on what you will be advertising and who that target customer is and who you want to be reaching. Did I answer that? Was that the question? And two, if you have questions with research or needing some market industry reporting, that is something where we can set you up with the coaching session, continue on with our classes. That's a good area where one-on-one coaching session will definitely be beneficial. Again, you can always email myself. It's just that email I put in the chat, jthomas@theiowacenter.org, and we can go over options on figuring out more research for you. All right, guys, there is no other questions. We actually are kind of wrapping up a little early, so let me know if you do have any other questions. We can help you out. The email of the PowerPoint slide you scheduled through Eventbrite for this class, so it's going to come through by Eventbrite. It's not going to come through the Iowa Center, so some people lose it. But if you want me to resend it, I absolutely can. If you want to dive deeper or schedule a one-on-one, we can do that for you. And then Heather, with a one-on-one coaching session, that is at no cost. So funny not being able to see people's faces. But thank you guys so much. I mean, like, oh, Heather, we don't partner with that, so we know sometimes that could be at a lower cost, but we don't specifically have any partnerships where we can add a discount with website programs, though we can always kind of have a discussion between you and I about some options with that. We can give guidance with websites. We just can't do the website for you. Yeah, and I'm sure they definitely share. Just make sure to watch out through their emails, social media. I'm sure they're going to run specials every now and then. Thank you, guys. All right, again, yeah, if you have any questions, email me, and then that way we can help you out. You guys have a good night. Thank you.